just in case.
All right.
There we go.
Episode number 4. We have our first guest. Pick her up. She's snoozing.
First guest, but the
She's sleepy. This is young Miss Ella,
Miss Ella girl,
a brand new girl,
new addition to the household.
new addition to the family. She has been napping and peeing all day. Yeah, you take it.
Make it round. Say something to the mic.
Say something to people.
Say something. All right.
Not talkative today.
Toss her off. You just met the new puppy though, and
First guest.
we already love her. So
First guest.
of the
Episode
pod.
number 4. Our baby girl.
Tossed her off.
Handed her off.
Caught air. See you later. All right.
Yeah. All right. Monday. Episode 4.
Dude, I'm so like
The shitty podcast.
have no idea like what we're gonna talk about in this one. I guess just that's just how it goes. Let's just fire off how we sent out a request on the Instagram stories.
Yeah, you've been handling that. So
we sent out some requests, people to send in some questions, and some of you guys did. So it's kind of fun to go ahead and talk about some of that stuff.
Let's not get into that immediately.
Why not?
So we're gonna release this episode later in the week. We're releasing last week's episode. We wish we would have already had it up,
It's gonna
but
be up.
we've had some
during
technical difficulties.
It's gonna be up this day that we're recording. Right
Yeah.
now.
The audio file got corrupted on last week's episode, but this one will be much better. It sounds like a phone call. It's not that bad, but
Yikes! All right.
fix it.
Here,
I don't even know how that happened.
you got less obstacles. Yeah, I guess it just wasn't set up.
I think it's because we closed the door.
But I don't even know if we talked about the fact that I have a haircut.
So anyways, technical difficulties. The fact that you have a haircut? Yeah, I don't know if you can see it that well from over there. He got like a faux hawk kind of thing.
Nasty. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
I like
it's
it.
sick.
Little faux hawk.
It's my
They're all super excited about it, trying to take some pictures for their Instagram.
The
shop.
barbers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah, it was my idea, and they executed it pretty well.
Yeah, it was like,
It should be me.
yeah, it was cool.
It should be me.
It's like getting that haircut to me was like entering a new lifestyle almost.
Oh yeah, what's changed?
Dude, I just feel like, I don't know, I feel like someone that just climbed out of a dumpster or something. And he's just been in there for a couple of years, and now he's just like coming out, and he's like, dang, like my hair is a little bit different in here. It's like, so he's just acts towards the world a little bit differently, and I think that's me.
You look like you climbed out of a dumpster.
Yeah, I think so.
You're wearing a belt.
Yeah, you find those in dumpsters.
No, you don't. I've never seen a belt in a dumpster. I think you made that up.
Yeah, but I just feel like a new man. It's pretty good. I like it.
Do you feel like you feel like better about yourself?
I feel worse. It's just everyone tells me it's a cool haircut. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
It was really good.
But I'm dying inside. I feel like I'm
No.
dead. No, I'm just kidding. I actually really like it.
It is really cool. I think you need to leave it a little bit longer next time, honestly, so you can see it more, because it's like already
No,
growing in.
Wouldn't that mean I need to cut it shorter?
No, leave the long part longer.
Oh, going down my
Yeah,
head?
yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I might do that in like a couple weeks.
Well, you already cut your hair.
Yeah, like 3 weeks
You
ago.
jumped the gun, bud.
I got it cut 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It'll be like almost.
But you need it to grow
2
out.
months.
Like, you need it to get
well,
long.
It's pretty long right now.
But you need to get, like, long hair so they can cut a mohawk. Maybe another month.
It's getting long right now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we have our so me and my friends do a yearly golf tournament. It's called the Annual. Follow us on Instagram. And it's 16 of us this year, and we always go somewhere and like play somewhere and have fun. And it's like we take it so
Where are you
seriously,
guys
but
going this
also
year?
not seriously at all. This year we're playing at New Smyrna Beach.
That's crazy.
But that's at the end of the month, and I think I might do that haircut
Ooh,
for the tournament.
like an annual haircut.
Mm-hmm.
So is there nice beach or nice golf courses out there?
Yeah.
I've never golfed out there. Have you?
Yeah. No, I haven't,
Yeah.
but there's nice courses. Yeah, a couple of the guys have golfed out
They're
there.
probably on the beach and stuff, right?
They're not like in the sand, but they're near the beach. You know
Yeah.
Venetian, as you drive in,
No.
you're just.
What's the Venetian?
I can't help you.
The hotel?
Venetian. It says Venetian Bay on the left
Oh yeah, yeah.
as
I
you
know
drive
that.
in.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out Venetian. Yeah, I know.
It's a golf course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we're gonna be playing. That's one of the courses we're gonna be playing.
Yeah, because.
But
I've
my
actually
point
been there.
is, I'm gonna do that haircut just to be dumb. I wanted to do it last time, but I just
Yeah,
didn't.
but it's not dumb. It looks good. And you're just, I have the haircut, so.
You said you feel like
Watch what
you
you
crawled
say,
out-
man.
crawled out of the
What are you
dumpster.
trying to say? It just like looks dumb to you. It's like a
Well,
dumb,
it'll look
fun
dumb on
haircut.
me. It looks cool on you. It's gonna look stupid on me.
No,
You don't think so?
they'll look good with brown hair. I think more.
I don't know about that. Turn that off. Absolutely.
Why?
Dude, I'm done.
Yeah, turn it off though. And, like sounds.
I think it looks cooler with blonde hair, honestly.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy with it. So, I think it's just stirring up a lot of emotions inside women that I can't seem to like,
Sure.
wrap my head around yet.
Yeah.
I haven't really gotten used to it yet.
It's just an onslaught.
All the attention. But I'm real picky with that
Your
sort of
guys?
stuff. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that too. My guy friends, yeah, like that too. But no, I'm real picky with the girls. She's got to have like, I don't know, she's got to have that different mindset. She's got to have like broad shoulders, and like
A penis?
really big biceps, and like
Like a strong back, pecs. I mean, boobs. Broad shoulders.
Yeah. Just describe a man.
Yeah. That's obviously.
And
So you don't feel like you feel like you have more of an edge. Like I see you're wearing boots, you're wearing a tucked in shirt,
I mean, I've had these before.
and you can't even
but
tell you have the haircut from the front. That's the best part.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like
It's business in the front.
business in the front. Yep. Business in the front.
Party on the sides and the back.
Less business on the side,
Less business.
and then a third of the business of that business on the back.
Damn it.
What? Oh yeah,
Forgot
I was
the
trying to light
friction.
that the other day, and yeah, you have it down packed. I was burning my finger.
Down packed.
I was like, upside down, or do I just stick my hand in there, or
You
do I just?
You hold it upside down for a little bit,
What
but
do I
then
do? It's like slanted. You do it slanted because the flame is not long enough to reach it. You got to stick your hand in there, which means the flame comes back up towards your thumb. I was just doing it
we
yesterday.
don't have that long flame.
And yeah, we
No,
don't
you
have
just
that,
hold
we don't
it
even have that
upside down
long
and
wick either.
You keep that flame upright,
Yeah, you keep the flame upright and you barely tilt it. But I was like,
but you gotta light it quick, cause
I
then
was
it
going-
starts dripping wax.
yeah, I was going upside down and doing that, and like it couldn't get in there. And then I was going like this and trying to go like that, and that's when the flame just burns you. So it was just the balance of midway. But I think it's not this, it's this, and then you just light it in like that. Like I think that's just how you did it. So good job.
All right, and that was our 2 minutes on how to light a candle.
How to light a
Next
candle,
segment.
episode 4. Yeah, you didn't feel like a beer today?
Well, I have an iced tea. No, I don't feel like a beer.
Yeah, I mean I didn't really feel like one either, but I just thought
Good,
it's
you
like,
brought 2 in here.
I just,
don't know what you did with the other one.
It's right there.
Oh.
Out of view, out of mind, out of sight, out of view.
Episode number 4. This has to be a good podcast because this is our favorite number.
Yeah, this is the
Yours
lucky number.
used to be number 7 though.
I was 7 growing up as a little kid, and then 4 was high school. 7 was my number. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you changed and
Mhm.
copied me.
I was all about the brand from the beginning. Once that got involved with Mike Vick, I had to drop it. It's like
You dropped
I had to
him?
drop our sponsor. I had to drop the sponsored branding deal that we had with Mike Vick. Imagine,
Yeah.
Imagine fighting dogs though.
Remember how many Michael Vick jerseys we had? We had like 40.
Yeah.
We had like every single color.
We were just full of Mike Vick jerseys and Brett Favre jerseys.
Yeah.
You still have that cheese head?
Yeah. Absolutely.
You're just not a Packers fan anymore.
I was a Brett Favre fan. I wasn't really a Packers fan.
Yeah.
No, Saints all the way.
I remember we used to have those. I feel like we talked about our childhood a lot on this. We used to have those little helmets, and we had like every team. Remember a game day would come up and we'd put those helmets together.
Yeah.
Like it'd be like the Titans versus the Texans, and we'd put those two helmets together.
I remember when we were moving one time, I was like planning my room decor, and this was, I must have been.
Was this moving to Fairview?
Yeah, like 12.
So we moved to the lake.
12 or 13, and my room decor consisted completely of football stuff. So LSU stuff and Packers stuff. And what the two things I wanted was I wanted a miniature LSU helmet, not the super small ones, the like medium ones, and then I wanted a full-size Packers helmet. I was like, I have to have these in my room, Mom. Yeah. I have to. It's just going to tie it all together.
Did you get them?
Nope.
God.
Mom was probably like, yeah, we'll do that for sure. Yeah. Or they're probably like, why do you need a full-size helmet? And I was like, because I'm going to wear it.
Yeah. We would throw on pads and jerseys and go play in the front yard. Remember Dad took that iconic picture of me doing the Heisman. In the dirt yard.
The mud.
Yeah. Yeah. That was so cool. From the balcony down overlooking us. That was a fun house.
Yeah.
We got, I broke into that house later in life.
I mean, with absolutely no context, it sounds like you just broke and entered.
No, we're going to leave no context.
Yeah, just leave it at that. All right, we can get to some of the questions people ask. That's cool. People actually ask questions.
Yeah, and ask questions requested.
What was one, like, what prompted you guys to start a podcast?
I don't know. Yeah, we could do that. Let's talk about sports coming back, though, because I don't really know. I'm not going to really talk about that a bunch. I mean, like, yeah, they're going to come back, so cool. What do you think?
Was that the question?
Yeah.
Talk about sports coming back?
Talk about sports coming back.
I'm excited. First of all, because they're all coming back with weird, different ways of them coming back, except for football. I think football is going to have a normal season. I don't know about the patrons, but it's going to be like a normal format of a season. But basketball is coming back with 22 teams in a playoff in Orlando. Well, Orlando. It's at the Wide World of Sports.
The playoff in Orlando.
The playoffs, like they're holding the playoffs in Orlando.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that's going to be really cool. So that's like an interesting format, the way they're going to do that. It's 22 teams. And then the MLB season is going to be 60 games instead of like 100.
I was going to talk about the MLB season.
182.
Yeah, I'm going to be like, I wonder if they're going to go and realize that they don't need to play that many games.
Dude, this is what I said. I got into an argument with my friends this weekend. Zach. I got into an argument with Zach. Shout out, Zach.
You're an idiot, dude.
Jeez. Yeah, but no, he absolutely is.
Oh, jeez.
And he was like, no, you have to play 182 games to see who's good.
Zach, I'd like to see you play 182 games.
182 games to see who's good?
Yeah, you play the same team 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
It's who wins? That's who's good.
Yeah, and I said, well, you don't play like your best pitchers and your best guys as often if you have that many games.
Yeah.
So how do you really, like, I understand it's about team depth, and that'll show team depth, which is good, I suppose, but nobody cares about depth. Have like 2 pitchers and just play them every single game. Yeah. That's my take on baseball. It's so boring.
I wonder if they cut down the season to way less games, like, was it 52, 60 something? What was it?
60.
If they cut it down to 60, like, and they just made it like that from now on, I wonder if it would be a lot harder to get into the MLB.
Why do you say that?
Because they wouldn't need as much depth.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Yeah. Wow. I didn't think about that.
I wonder if it'd be like...
It's already so hard.
Yeah.
Because...
Now if you're not
it's easy.
like throwing 104, you
Baseball's
can't
easy.
make it.
All Yeah, no.
It's so easy.
I think I would definitely watch baseball if it was 60 games, though.
Me too. And every game was on the line, and those guys are
Yeah,
just
that's
like,
what I'm saying. Every game matters,
gotta
whereas
make it
like
happen.
one game in 182 does not matter that
Yeah.
much.
And you don't start watching until the World Series. So
Yeah. World Series is fun. And then I think hockey is
I like that. I like hockey.
similar to
It's just a more exciting sport.
basketball in the way they're setting it up, but I think they're playing in a couple different places.
What do you mean by that?
Like instead of going to like a wide world of sports, you don't really have that many hockey rinks in the one area.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're playing in like two places in Canada
For the opener or whatever?
playoffs.
Oh, for the playoffs.
Yeah, because they played half a season.
Oh, yeah.
Over half a season,
Yeah.
I think.
Hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You talking
Where-
about basketball or
where you
baseball or
been?
hockey? I'm not sure.
Hockey.
Hockey.
They're doing something similar to basketball in the way they're formatting it, and I'm a Lightning fan, so we were having an awesome season, and then it got cut off. So I'm interested to see how that happens. Yeah, man, I miss sports a lot.
I do miss sports.
Say something else.
Miss sports.
I don't think you do.
I don't care right now.
What do you care about? Nothing, obviously.
Don't
You got
ask me
that
what
haircut.
I care about.
Tell me everything you care about.
Candles. The main sport I would want to see come back is probably lacrosse and
College lacrosse?
yeah.
Yeah. Major League Lacrosse sucks.
Yeah. And probably hockey.
Hockey's the greatest sport ever.
Maybe like bobsledding or something.
The Olympics?
Yeah.
Wait, it was supposed to be the Olympics.
I've always wondered I always wondered what it's like to just get in a tube and do apps and just not be in control, or I guess they are in control, but do nothing and just fly down a course. Just like
A nice tunnel.
They're just like
You've always wanted
shooting
that?
through. Yeah, I've always looked at them and just been like, they're not actually doing anything, but but they can be considered good at it.
They do. It's about like momentum control or something. I don't know.
They gotta
It's a
lean
weird
into
sport.
the turns and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I bet you they just think a whole different way. They just think there's just a different way to be good at their sport than there is to other sports. So, it must be pretty interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not like super excited for bobsledding, but the Olympics would have been cool.
The Olympics would be in the summer. There'd still be the Winter Olympics though, probably. So bobsledding, skiing, snowboarding, all that sort of stuff. Yo, actually, talking about the Summer Olympics, I think
You're scooting back
I
again.
think that just the carpet's slippery, but I think that
But you are scooting back.
no,
That's why you keep
I've been
leaning
here.
forward.
I've been here. I think they might be including surfing in Summer Olympics. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure they were thinking about doing that.
I think you're right, and they're including something else.
What I want to do is go ahead and look that up.
Yeah, I knew it. Surfing would be really cool. Have they had surfing before?
No. I don't think so. 2020 Tokyo Olympics
Skateboarding,
surf
skateboarding.
competition.
Skateboarding is what they were
Whoa.
gonna have.
Surfing in the Olympics. 2020 Olympics would be in Tokyo.
Interesting. Yeah, they were
But
adding
it's
surfing and
Not gonna be
skateboarding.
there. Yeah,
That's
gonna be
cool.
so cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's almost
Surf-
like it's like the
jeez.
X Games.
And how has skateboarding not been added yet? We have like
Ah,
so
it's like
many
an extreme game.
long-term famous skateboarders. Ever since Tony Hawk hitting the 1080 or 900, he hit the 900. Ever since that, like he put the skateboarders on the map. How have they not gotten to a point of, putting it in the Olympics? Because they have Kelly Slater, and it seems like they're starting to go to the Olympics. And Kelly Slater's still that same like old-time legend. But I feel like Tony Hawk is
Surfing?
yeah. But I feel like I'm comparing Tony Hawk and Kelly Slater as like the legends of the two sports. And I feel like when they were both becoming, really popular was around the same time.
Maybe.
Am I wrong about that?
No. Yeah, you are.
Well,
Kelly
is
Slater's later.
way younger. Yeah.
Not way younger, but he's younger. Yeah.
I was gonna say.
But I think skateboarding has kind of caught on in other countries later.
Yeah, you have
as
to make
far
it
as the professionalism.
a worldwide thing, I guess.
Yeah, definitely, because you gotta have. I mean, there's already on like the circuits in the U.S. There's already a lot of international people from South America, Asia, obviously the U.S., but there's a lot of countries. Europe's a big one too.
Yeah.
But I don't think had as much of a professional circuit as they do now. So that's why they have like the base to go to the Olympics.
Skateboarding.
Yeah. What is your deal, man?
I'm slow today.
You are super slow.
I'm in my own world today.
Last week you couldn't shut up. This week you're like are you talking about the thing that you said you were talking about?
We're gonna have I don't know, we're gonna have those times.
Yeah, next question.
Yeah, you wanna do the next question?
Yeah.
What do you guys want us to talk about? Oh yeah. Okay, so cool. World. We're talking about the world. I mean, okay, so I'll let you decide. We've got traveling, Australia versus the USA. What made us want to start a podcast? Our favorite cousin, Ashley. Low riding cars.
Who do you know who sent that one?
Yeah. Portrait versus landscape photography. And someone was joking around and said talk about chocolate, and I was thinking maybe we could just like find a way to talk about chocolate. But which one?
Chocolate.
Do you want? Chocolate.
We could talk about the Australia one because we touched on it a little bit already.
But there was things that we didn't talk about. Like when I don't know, because still I'm gonna forget the things. Like, but when I listened to that episode and I talked about Australia, there's a few things that I'm thinking we could have talked about.
Yeah, we didn't talk about going to Sydney like at all. So we can talk about that. That was really cool.
We can talk about what it's like for both of us we've never been out of the country, and then we go to Australia.
Well, I've been to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Which is
you haven't really been abroad.
No.
What?
I haven't been abroad. That was like the biggest, the most...
Broad?
I was going to say the most travel.
The broadest?
That was the farthest that we've gone for sure. Obviously, it's the other side of the world.
It's the most far you can get from Orlando.
Yeah. So that part was
Basically.
interesting. It wasn't as like intense as I thought it was going to be. The worst flight that I remember from that trip was flying back from California.
Can we turn the fan off?
It seemed no.
It's so annoying.
You can turn it down, yeah. Just turn it down one notch. It seemed like it was I think 5.5 hours, the actual flight, and it seemed like it was maybe 12 hours. I was sitting in the middle of two people. It was a pretty packed flight.
Yeah, I don't remember how we were sitting or anything like that. On the way there, we weren't next to each other?
Not on the domestic flights. I don't think we were next to each other. But on the international flights, we got real lucky. We both had open seats next to us. We were both on the aisle. And then on the way back from Australia, we had an entire row to ourselves. Mm-hmm. That was really cool. On the way back seemed super quick. I didn't even sleep or anything.
Maybe it's like a tailwind or something.
Well, I think it is quicker on the way back.
It feels so quick.
Yeah.
Because you just, I don't know, it's just like it's over. And so all you have left to do is just be home.
Yeah, but then you land and you're in LA.
Yeah.
And you got to fly to Orlando.
Yeah, that sucks. Sucks when you have a long layover too.
Yeah, we did a lot of cool stuff though that we didn't touch on, so we can talk about that.
Let's talk about surfing in Sydney and all that. Yeah.
So when we landed, you guys just won't believe the Asians, and I just kept going.
Yeah, you just got to hype on that.
Yeah, so the Asians had their own terminal.
Yeah.
They did though. No. So we explored Melbourne. We did a couple cool things that I don't think we even talked about. We went to a Richmond Tigers game, which is their footy team.
The MCG Stadium.
Which
actually holds the largest capacity in the world.
Does it? How many?
Can hold up to 120,000.
Holy cow. Yeah, it looks like it. It's huge. And it's really nice.
The capacity is 80-something thousand, but you can fit 120 is what the capacity is.
Yeah, because they have like standing room and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That stadium was super nice.
Yeah, it's a
Very modern.
cool stadium.
Yeah.
It's the most fun stadium ever.
Yeah.
Because it's not a football stadium where it's two opposite sides. Everyone goes in a circle, so it's almost like everyone's on top of each other too, and the crowd is.
Yeah. Oh, it's so cool. The shape of the stadium is like an oval. So that was really cool. That was a really good game, and it was a really good first footy game that we remember, that I remember. And that's such a fun sport to watch.
It's the famous walk though, like to the stadium.
Yeah, it's a famous walk people do from the pubs.
And you go through the pubs, and everyone's walking, all the fans with their scarves and everything, and people are playing music on the side. And then you get up to the stadium, and it's just towering over you, and you can just hear the people inside like.
It's like a perfect blend of soccer, the soccer environment, and football environment.
Yeah, 360 degrees. The ball is always live, so you're kicking it to each other, passing it to each other. If it goes on the ground, no pads. You're picking the ball up and just going.
And people hit.
Yeah. And you're tackling, and you're jumping up in the air, you're jumping on people's shoulders to catch the ball. It's a really dynamic,
and it's not
sport.
Not linear like rugby is. Like rugby is very much like you just get the ball and you run towards the goal.
Yeah.
Aussie rules is like soccer and football gameplay, but I was talking about the fans and like the environment. It's like a soccer, but it's also like a football like intensity to it. So it's such a fun sport.
Even over there, I thought it was funny because even over there they have the fans that, in college football, fans a certain way. Even over there they have like the Collingwood fans are like the trashy people and the annoying people, like they have those kind of stereotypes. Like they have like the Melbourne team is like the rich white kid, just like stereotype, like frat type of kid. Like it's like that type of thing. It's so funny.
And then Richmond's like the blue collar.
Yeah. Richmond's
hard-working
like
people.
Yeah. Blue collar, because where they are is...
They also won. They won like the past 2 years.
Yeah. They won when...
You were there.
When I was there.
Yeah.
And then they won when you were there.
No, they won next year.
They won next year after that.
Yeah.
But they won like 2 or 3 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And then they won like... Oh, they won 3 years in a row, but I think they won like 4 out of the past like 6 years or something.
Yeah, they're really... I mean, they're the premier team.
Yeah.
In that.
Premier.
And it shows. It's a sweet stadium. And then we walked back from that.
But you get you get a meat pie inside the stadium.
Yeah, that's what we did.
And then you get the beer. You just get a beer and a meat pie.
Mm-hmm.
And the meat pie is the classic Australian like meat, thing.
Yeah. It's literally what it sounds like. It's a little handheld meat pie.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then what else did we do in Melbourne? Oh, we went to a 1975 concert. The 1975.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool.
Dad was just... I remember Dad didn't even know who they were. He's just like, there's this band playing.
He's like, y'all know who the 1975 are? We looked at each other, we're like,
yeah. And then they played at like the most famous stadium in Melbourne too. Hisense Arena. Hisense Arena, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's one of the
music venue.
No, that's
Hisense is definitely like the tennis or something.
Tennis. It's for the Australian Open. It's one of the arenas in the Australian Open.
That's what it is.
But that was really cool. That was very last minute. We just that was like, you guys know this band? We're like, yeah. He's like, there's a show tonight. You want to go?
We go.
Like, okay.
Do you remember how it was? Like the fans seemed so English.
Yeah, they did.
They were all their shirts they were wearing with the rips and then the big black crosses on them and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was Euro.
They were wearing.
But I remember it wasn't even
kids in Australia
full.
Oh,
the concert. We walked up to the seats and we sat pretty close to the stage.
Ground. Yeah, the ground was like halfway. And then everyone else was in the stands.
Yeah, but remember we sat in the stands. We walked over to the stand seats.
Oh, yeah. But remember, we actually first got on the ground, and then we were just standing behind the people, and that's when we had the intro came up.
Yeah.
I have this picture of the 1975 thing, and it's like foggy.
It was a really good concert,
yeah,
too. It was kind of surprised it was really good.
I questioned a lot of stuff about myself after watching them. Question my sexuality after watching them, dude.
Like the singer, I remember you talked about that. You're like, dude, you know he's a bisexual? I was like, I don't care.
After I wait, what? Who said that?
You.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you
in Australia?
When we were in Sydney, I specifically remember.
Oh yeah, he's just like really open and shit. But After I watch artists live, I always watch a bunch of their interviews and stuff.
Same.
Yeah. And then I deep dive. And then like I stop listening to them because I've just been listening to them for so long. And then I go back into them eventually.
And then we walked home from there, which was like the complete opposite side of Melbourne. But it was still such a cool walk down the river.
Yeah, at nighttime.
And then we went to Sydney. And
so we flew
to Sydney. We flew to Sydney, and then you ride the train into the city. And the first place we went was the Sydney Opera House, and it looked fake. Like standing directly outside of it looked cool. Fake. The Sydney Harbor, that day too, it was like perfect skies.
Yeah.
And then the Sydney Harbor, the Harbor Bridge, like there's boats coming in and out. It was so nice.
Well, we flew to Sydney because we were going to go stay a few days in Sydney. So that's why we were there. So we went to the Sydney Opera House, looked around, and we had the food down on the river. And just the
There's
atmosphere
a restaurant
of it
underneath
feels so
the Opera
big,
House.
you know?
Yeah.
Everything just feels so wide open and big. And there's people walking around, you know, Asians and tourists everywhere. But then from there, from the Opera House, we took the ferry across to the Manly Beach.
Yeah, I remember when we were taking the
stayed.
ferry, I was looking at all the houses that were directly on the harbor. Do you remember those houses?
Yeah.
They were so cool.
Yeah.
They were directly on the harbor.
Like you go across the bridge.
Across from the Sydney Opera House. Imagine having a house across from the Sydney Opera House.
I know. It's insane.
It's probably so expensive. But we went across that harbor. A guy got bumped off his jet ski and eaten by a great white in that harbor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There was
shortly after we were there.
There's been attacks there too of
there's tons of great whites
people
there.
Doing dive training.
Yeah.
There's been attacks there.
Yep. So we took it. So Sydney has kind of like some islands around it. They're not islands, are they?
I mean, yeah.
Are they separated or are they peninsulas? So it has some kind of like island peninsula things around it, so you can ferry to them. And so we went to Manly Beach.
Manly Beach.
And we surfed there. We stayed in a cool little place near the downtown Manly.
It's like a upper end area.
Upper class.
It's like a touristy kind of area.
Yeah, it's somewhat touristy.
But once you go,
Manly Beach is a famous beach.
Once you go over there, we can go to Bondi Beach and everything, right? You do that from Manly Beach. Oh, I remember one thing that we didn't talk about.
No, you do Bondi is closer to Sydney.
Yeah, so you go back across the harbor.
Yeah, because we went back to Sydney and then went to Bondi. But
drive to Bondi. Yeah.
How did we ferried.
Oh, we ferried to Bondi.
And then walked. That.
But that's a famous beach too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then from there we did. I don't know, but remember when we went to that one place, the Suicide Cliff?
That's exactly it. That's what I remember. That was near Bondi.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I can't believe we didn't even talk about that last time.
Yeah, we went to, I forget what it was called, but our dad was like, yeah, a lot of people jump off this, kill themselves, and we were like,
we just looked down
what?
and there's just water splashing on rocks down there.
Sketch rocks.
It was never
so
do that.
Nice though. That place was really nice. So if you're gonna do it,
dude, there's like people have I don't watch a ton of this stuff or anything, but there's people that have had like interviews or they've talked about, committing suicide by jumping off something, and he said that right after you jump off, you immediately regret it, and you're just like, imagine that feeling of jumping off, and you're just like, oh wait, now I'm gonna die, and I have no decision anymore. Do I actually want to do this? That's what you think about, and then you just die.
New topic.
So why would you do that?
Don't.
In that way,
Yeah.
At least be more efficient about it.
It is kind of a weird.
Be more efficient about it.
It's kind of a weird way. But from there we went to Bondi Beach, which was the surfing at Bondi Beach was so good. Do you remember how many waves they had?
Over there, but
we didn't surf there, but we were watching guys up on. They have like this outside pool area thing called the icebergs.
They had a strong rip.
Yeah. And
like that thing, they took that thing out. You could see them take it out. They would just go and barely paddle. It would just shoot them out in the water.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had like a bunch of like every line of waves.
Yeah.
Like, and they had like up all the way at the front, all the way out there to the big ones. Like,
And the cool part about Bondi is they have like the what's it called? Seawall. The big seawall that surrounds it is all spray painted and graffitied and stuff, and there's a lot of paintings and stuff on it. It's really cool. It's pretty touristy. It's actually a lot of locals though too, surfing. But
That beach
from there they have a trail that goes like all the way around the edge of the cliffs and the beaches, and there's little surf spots all along that, and you just see guys like out in this area, and you're like, how can they surf here? Because they're so rocky, but they have this little lane that
literally
they just surf.
there's guys like you go around the corner from Bondi, and there's like these rocks that they'll go out of, and there's waves crashing on these rocks, and there's waiting for the perfect time to jump in. But I remember specifically talking about that one of those spots that we saw, and we were just talking about how it's like a really advanced spot. Like you wouldn't go in there unless that's what you do, unless you've been surfing that spot for a while.
Yeah. No,
you have to like grow up
I would
doing
drown
that.
so quickly.
Yeah, because that's once you're in that water, you're out in the sea, and you're getting smashed. Like you got to know how to navigate that, and it's different water than America.
Oh, it is. That was
It's
when
way
we
different
surfed
water.
when we surfed in Manly. That was the first thing we noticed when we were trying to catch waves. We were like, these waves are so much different.
Yeah,
They're
mass. Like
yeah,
the
they're
mass and
heavier. They're heavier,
face of it, yeah.
and they don't break.
It's powerful.
They break so late.
Mm-hmm.
Like we surfed New Smyrna. Well, I don't. We haven't in a while, but the places that we surfed was like New Smyrna and Coco, and those waves are so crumbly and mushy. And in Australia, it was just weird. It's totally different. I never thought about it like that. It being different, but it is.
There's no like big powerful feeling to New Smyrna. It's just choppy.
Mm-hmm.
But there's power. But it's good in Australia when I was down in the South Peninsula. The waves over there were like really good. But it's just like when it's a good wave though, and you can ride it, just the thickness of it's just perfect too.
Mm-hmm.
It's so nice.
Yeah, they're better.
You can actually ride them.
Yeah,
so it's good.
You surfed a lot right when you moved there.
Yeah, I surfed a lot actually in Australia, and then yeah, and like I never surfed that much in my life, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, you were going every single day. You bought a board like a couple weeks in.
I bought a board and I did go. I went every weekend at least.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. You met a bunch of people doing that. But
that was cool.
From there, that was pretty much the Sydney trip. We just hung out, went to some cool restaurants. They have like what's it called? They have like restrictions after like 11 o'clock on their bars and stuff.
For what? Alcohol?
Yeah, you remember? We tried to go into that bar just to have a drink, and they ask you, they're like, "How many drinks have you had tonight?" And we were like, I think we were like one at dinner, and they like eye you down. They're like looking at you. They're like, all right. And then we were in there and we were just talking and laughing, like sober. And they're like, you guys got to go. And we were like,
I don't remember that.
What?
That's so weird.
Yeah.
They told us to leave. It must have just been like in the moment, like whatever.
Well, we were just like, okay. Like we hadn't even gotten a drink yet. We were just chilling. They're like, no. Y'all gotta leave.
And
like
we
they're so
too.
strict. Yeah, we were so completely sober.
Chilling, yeah.
We were just hanging out, like not even being loud or anything. They just thought we were drunk, I guess, and they're like, "You guys gotta go." But they're so strict, like they won't let people in. And the reasoning for it is, they call it king punches. I guess a lot of people were getting just sucker punched to the back of the head, and some people died.
Yeah.
So the entire all of Sydney. Like shuts down at like 11 o'clock, and
that's crazy.
It's nuts. Like it's so strict.
That was a big topic too. Kids would want to move out to Sydney and from Melbourne, and then it'd always be like, no, the nightlife over there is way worse. Like it's way more strict, and it's way more expensive to live at too.
Yeah,
it's terrible. But it's
like
a great place. Like it's a great place to go to.
It's so pretty. The harbor is unreal.
Yeah.
Oh, we went up on the harbor bridge. We walked around Harbor Bridge, walked around town. Took some cool pictures. I mean, it was super nice. Australia is such a nice place.
I wish that was like 3 or 4 years ago. I just wish, all you can do is wish though in life. Like it doesn't mean anything. Like, but like I wish I had just gotten into. I wish I was just making videos and stuff back then. Like that would have been such a cool trip, and like just to start making videos at.
Well, we started making one video. It was cool.
Yeah.
I almost finished it, and then.
Is it on your iMovie?
Yeah, I almost finished it, and then like all of the.
It was looking cool.
It was really cool.
We were like getting out of the plane because on one of our planes we actually had to walk out to the plane, so it almost looked like we're on like our own PJ kind of, like a little giving off our own little PJ, little private jet.
Yeah, it was really cool. But then I opened it one time and all the files were gone.
Little exclusive ride.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah. So it just had like some of the videos and the other ones were gone.
We had so much funny stuff of us in the airports too.
Yeah.
Just
we were
like
being idiots.
Being dumb. Yeah. So and you're like my age back then. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
That's like yeah. So
that
imagine me your age living in Australia for a year. That would have been cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or I mean, like my age living in Australia for a
Yeah,
year.
it would have been really cool.
Yeah.
And then after Sydney, we came back, ran the casino in Melbourne, and explored more, and then left.
Trying to think about what else.
That was pretty much it.
We said like 40 minutes, but I'm just trying to think of what else.
What else in Australia?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the whole.
Oh, that's what it was, dude. Oh my God. So we were in Melbourne. I think it was when we first got there, and we decided to go go-kart racing.
Oh, yeah.
And this dude, this Australian guy, we were all just racing, going around the track, and there was one guy that was just freaking trying so hard. Just like it's just like that's what he does on every day. He goes to the racetrack and he just got to beat his in time.
It was just me, you, Dad,
yeah,
and this one other guy.
One other dude, and we're all just going around. Everyone's kind of relaxing, just driving.
They're
around.
like legit.
Yeah, they're legit
go-karts though. They're like hard to drive.
They're speed racers, and you wear helmets and everything, and you're like all strapped in. And so we're going around. We're like, whoa, this is crazy. And then the other dude just like, rah! And every time he comes around, he just seems like he's just such a so serious about it.
Yeah.
And so there was one time where I just decided to compete with him in a way, or just not let him pass. And then so I just went, and he was getting so mad. And then I remember I spun him out. I hit like the back of his thing and spun him out into the wall. And then I remember he was just like, "Hey, what the fuck, mate? Yeah, what the fuck? What are you doing? Hey, I'll chop your fucking head off."
Yeah.
But he's like, "I'll chop." He's like, "I'll take your fucking head off." Yeah. He's like, "I'll chop your head off, mate. Yeah, coming in here doing this. What are you doing, mate? What are you playing at?" Like he's just like saying all that stuff. He's like, "Hey, you fuckhead." He's like, "Yeah, dickhead." He's saying every word, like every cuss word.
Yeah, he kept saying he was gonna knock your head off. He was like fuming.
I remember that.
This guy was 40.
Looking at you and Dad, I was like, it was such a serious but also funny situation because I was getting yelled at in that Australian slang, and he just had no idea. Like,
yeah, I remember
I was
Dad,
American and
Dad,
everything, so I was just sitting there just like.
Dad couldn't hear what he was saying, so he thought y'all were joking with each other.
He figures people are in Australia.
Yeah, because he just saw the guy like being animated, and he thought he was just like joking with you. Like, you guys were just like telling jokes or something.
Cut my head off.
And then he was like, "Wait, what did he say?" And the guy that worked there was like, "All right, man, get out of here."
Oh yeah, I kicked him out.
And then
he's like, "Sorry about that, guys."
And then you were just laughing like, "I don't know what happened. You didn't tell us you spun him out."
Dude, but that's what happened as I spun him out. It was not on purpose, I don't think. But
I don't think
what happened was I remember what happened was like just doing this and then not letting him by, and then he swings around the left, and then me like I swung back, and then I went like this, and then like we slowly just spun him out into the edge because I remember his ass got dominated by me, dude, because he spun around. He spun around and then to the point where his go-kart was now facing mine. He wasn't even going the right way.
Spinning him out is not dominating him.
Gotcha, bud.
And then you just zoom past. You're like, meow.
Yeah, and then he was pissing me off, or he was yelling at me, and then I didn't even respond. I didn't say
just
one
looked at
word
him.
to him.
Nobody said it. He's like, "I'll fucking knock your head off."
Yeah, he's like, "I'll take your head off."
And then Dad had a.
I remember
after Dad finished, he was like, "Bogans."
I remember. Yeah, he's like bogans. He just like didn't even care. But I remember when we left, we were like, "Where's that guy at?"
A bogan is he walked out with.
But that was so funny. He was so serious about that track. I probably ruined his best time or something. I'm not sure, but he was just there by himself. What an idiot! That guy's just like. I mean, that's just the type of thing that Dad thinks is just to make fun of, and it's so funny. Yeah. He's just like this stupid idiot.
That guy cared. He said some funny stuff. I wish I could remember what he called him a bogan, which is like Australian slang for like white trash, redneck.
Yeah, bogan.
He's like, "Fucking bogan."
He's a fucking bag.
He's
a fucking bag.
That's like how a bogan talks.
Yeah, that's
what he said. He said bogans are like high pitched and just like their accent.
Oh, he's like, yeah, mate.
Hi, mate, you gonna go there, huh?
Yeah.
That's a bugging.
That's a good memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are like that. They do talk like that. But one thing about Australia is there's a lot of freaking drugs on the trams and stuff like that. All the public transport, there'll be dudes just like strung out. And
Yeah.
you're just like, Jesus Christ.
They have problems with drugs and like the Aboriginal people get like reparation payments, and so they live out on the reservations, and then when they get their payments, they come into the city. And not all of them, obviously, but they have, like, in the U.S. with the Native Americans, they have, like, severe drug and alcohol problems.
Mm-hmm. It's, like, worse.
So we would see, like, every tram we ride on, there's just an Aboriginal dude that is just out of it.
Obliterated.
So they
go out on the reservations, or they come from the reservations, and they just go into the city to drink.
They drink,
they get money.
they blow, Dad said they just stay there literally until their money's gone, and then they go back out to the reservations.
Dude.
It's crazy.
I got followed by some strung out like Nigerian dude off the tram.
Mm-hmm.
Did I tell you?
Yeah, you told me this.
Oh yeah, but
you walked into the police station.
But yeah,
and he walked in and sat down.
Yeah,
right?
So I was on the tram, and it's you stand there and you hold on to the handles, and I was at the very end, so there was no exit door. I could walk out there to the exit door, and this dude was leaning over like talking to some lady like in her face like damn, that kind of thing, like this to some like 60-year-old lady. And she goes, oh, and then gets up and walks away. It's so funny. She just, like, reacted so honestly. She wasn't, like, worried about what he thought or anything. She's just like, oh, and then gets her bag and walks away. Like an English lady or something.
Do it again? Oh.
Yeah. And then, like, she was a queen or something. And then I was just like, oh, that's pretty interesting. And then the dude just turns his focus on me, and he's just like, blah, 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 whatever, blah, blah. And then I'm just like, okay. Like, we were stopping. I was just holding on a thing, and I wasn't even looking. And he's talking to me. And I was like, and all the other normal people around us are knowing that this is going on. And they're all just kind of watching him talk, and they're looking at me. What's my reaction? And I'm just sitting there. I wasn't even looking at him. Then I looked, and he was talking to me, and I was just like, and I looked at the people and was just like, all right. And then from that moment on, this guy was aggressive and he was on drugs or something. But he was like, but when he was saying stuff to me and I was looking away, he's like, yeah, you fucking white people, you think you're better than me, you fucking white guy, you think you're better than us, you racist fuck, or like stuff like that. Saying really aggressive stuff. And so I was like, all right, I need to find a way past this guy. And I just walked in like kind of around these other people. And so now we're in the middle, but he's still like, there's two doors. He's by this door. And then I'm by this door, and I'm kind of standing over here. And then this door doesn't open, only this, or both doors open. And I fake like I walk out this door, and I see him like he's literally going to follow me and go interact with me. And he goes, and then I juke him and go out the other door. And then I walk down the street, and it's busy Melbourne. It's so many people in Melbourne. And so I'm walking down the street, and this dude sees me, and he's just like, bah, bah, la, la, la. And then he forgets about me after a while, but he's still walking behind me. And I'm like, all right, he's going to recognize me at some point and get back on me. So I saw him walking. He was just being an idiot. And I was like, yeah, he's like threatening this lady. He's threatening all these people. He's saying like racial shit. So, I mean, he might do something just because he's mad. Like he could have a knife. He could stab someone. He threatened to kill me. Like he threatened to do all this weird shit. So there's a police station right there. I was just like, oh, nice. So I walk in. I was like, yeah, there's just like, I think this drugged out Nigerian dude is going to hurt somebody because he's threatening to kill me. And he was like in some lady's face. And then so like, all right, okay, let me go get some people right now. So he goes into the back. And so there's no one in there but me. Yeah. And then I turn, and there's this dude like slinking against the door. And I turn to him, and he's like slinking in, like falling into the door. And I'm just like looking around like, what the freak, dude? Like, how did I get in this situation?
It's like a movie.
I got so safe, and now it's confronting me in the most safe environment. So I was just like, what? So now he's between me and the freaking exit again. And so he comes in and he goes, oh, yeah, whatever. And he's saying stuff, and I'm like, oh, what? Oh, my dad works here. I don't know why I said that. He just said some nonsense, and I was just like, oh, what is it? No, he's like, yeah, avoid me or something like that. That's what he was like saying. And I was like, oh, my dad works here. And so, it would have been so funny if when the cop came out, I was like, hey, Dad.
Daddy?
But
like, what?
But then the guy comes out, and he's like, and they just stay suited up and strapped in Australia with all their stuff. They're never like slacking off. So 3 dudes walk up, and it's like they're wearing SWAT stuff, and they just walk out, and they're like, yeah, oh, hey, what's going on? I was like, yeah, this is him. And then
he's like, he walked in.
He actually just walked in. Here's this is the guy I'm talking about. And then so they're like, all right, okay. So 2 of the cops, go talk to him while he's sitting down, and he's like having some something against the world, and so they're just going to talk to him. And then the other cop brings me outside. He's getting my statement or whatever, and then he's like, yeah, he's probably drugged out. What we do is we'll make sure that he just gets out of the city for you. It's funny because they take him to the outskirts of the city and drop him off.
Oh my god!
And then the dude just out there. But that's crazy. But it was cool though. He was just like, yeah, we'll take care of him for you.
Yeah.
But that was the whole situation. That dude.
I remember you told me that story the first time. It was hilarious. You turned around and he just slides against the door, just slides his way.
Yeah, he's just like slinking in there, just like falling, and like, oh, it's so funny. It literally felt like I was getting attacked by zombies or something. Like my house was getting invaded by zombies, and I was like, all right.
It's literally like a horror movie where you walk into a police station, you're like, he's right here. And they're like, all right, let me go get help. And you're like, no, don't leave. They're like, it'll be fine. And they leave, and the guy walks in and just murders you.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's literally what it was. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, how is this how I go? I got family in America. How is this how I go? But other than that, nothing ever. Oh, okay. One other thing happened that was dangerous, I guess, in Australia, but nothing else ever really happened. When I first got there was people that I was meeting in the city. So I go and meet them, and they're kind of hanging out by the bridge. Do you remember Melbourne? Like,
yeah.
Do you remember going into the city and there's like the bridge by Flinders and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
So I go to meet up with these people, and so we're hanging out, and there's like this homeless guy kind of talking shit with some other person, and we're all just kind of looking there laughing, and then the homeless guy, he's like a really kind of like strong, like one of those like psychopath, like crack strong younger homeless guys, like like an ex-vet or something. An ex-vet, just a vet, but a war vet.
That's a good joke.
But yeah, it's good. But so they're talking to this guy, and he's like, yeah, you fucking Romanian or something. Australians are so racist. They're so racist. But he's like, you fucking Romanian asshole. So he's saying that to the Romanian guy, and the Romanian guy's like walking away. And then the dude just like, yeah, I'll cut ya. And he pulls out a shiv. And so we're like 15, 20 feet from this guy, and he pulls out a shiv. He's like, oh, fucking cut you, man. Fucking, he's just talking to himself like that, walking around, storming around. And so now this also guy is in between us and where we have to go to get out, because we kind of went down in this dead end because we were hanging on like on the river, and so we're on this dead end, like just hanging out. And the dude pulls out a shiv, and he's walking around, and so we're walking by him, and we're kind of going around, and he's like, nah, I ain't gonna cut you. He's like, I ain't gonna cut yous. It's just for the ill dude over there and whatever. But he's like crazy, so we're just like, yeah, whatever, man. Like, yeah, but he's got his shiv out, and he was just walking around. He's like, and I was just like, dude, what the heck, man? That's crazy.
Yeah, they do have drug issues there, similar to, I guess, like kind of the homeless people here, but they were aggressive there. Like I remember seeing. So
Australians will fight each other.
A couple of Aboriginal guys on the train just like talking shit to people.
Yeah.
For no, like just aggressive, and you're just like,
yeah.
Where here it's less aggressive, I think.
It's aggressive, maybe
but it's
if you go
more.
like New York or something, or like
but there's
if
more.
you go into the city, yeah, there's more people.
When I worked downtown, dude, walking to lunch was the worst. You had to like,
because the homeless.
I would put my headphones in because people would come up and talk to you.
The homeless people would come up, yeah.
And
what are we gonna do about it?
They would just say, well, they have like a hotline now to where you can request somebody to walk you to wherever you need to go. I never saw those people that helped walk people.
Requesting my safe space?
Yeah. But basically you can request an escort. Not like a hooker. Like an escort.
You show up at some like stripper and she's wearing stockings. She's like, I'll take you to the store, baby. it's like you request an escort for a walk.
Yeah, it's more like a hall monitor that just kind of walks you around.
Yeah, and it's
got,
some
like, a
dude that just
sash.
has. Yeah, he's like the elementary school like hall monitor thing
I'm an
around
Eagle
him.
Scout.
Yeah, he's got nothing to actually protect you. You're actually way more in shape than this dude
Yeah.
is. Better
But they
off on
would,
your
dude,
own.
they would come up to you. They're like, hey, man, hey, young man, I'm talking to you, young man.
It's always young man in Orlando too, isn't it?
And I'm like,
With
dude,
the brothers. It's
I'm
always young
not-
man with the brothers.
Yeah.
But I don't know why they say young man so much.
With the who?
With the brothers. With them brothers.
You can't say that. I was actually thinking of a white guy when I was saying that, of a white guy that followed me.
They don't. Yeah, I mean, I only ever think of things in terms of like race and. It's not
Yeah, you're a huge racist, actually. Have we told everybody that yet?
I'm a huge racist.
Good soundbite.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, they're real bad in downtown Orlando. They're real
but
bad.
they're a different type of homeless person. I feel like they're more just drugged out.
Yeah, or mental illness. The mental
More
illness
mental
is sad.
illness is probably what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the worst is when it's like a 30-year-old guy and he's just homeless. You can just tell there's nothing
Dude, I
wrong
talked
with
to
him.
one of those dudes. And
There's nothing wrong with him, and then he just like asked for money on the street corner, and I'm like working, so I'm driving somewhere for work. I'm sweating, I'm exhausted, and I just see that dude asking for money. It
dude, I talked to one of those dudes.
legitimately
He said
makes
he
me
had
mad.
a full-time job. He said that he just likes being out there. No, but one of the dudes I was talking to him, and he came from North Carolina, and he took the
Why were you talking to him?
train or something out here, and this was like years ago, but he took the train. He's from North Carolina, and he's like, yeah, it's better here. It's better for me here.
To be
So I
homeless?
guess he has more opportunity. That's good. I don't know. Maybe it's warmer weather. Better.
Yeah, it's why there's so many homeless
better
people
living
in
conditions.
California.
Yeah, but in California, they actually don't do anything about them.
Yeah, I
and they're
know.
not allowed to.
Mm-hmm.
They're like,
California is
They just-
crumbling.
they just let them hang out.
Yeah.
When I was there and I was in LA, they were like just under the overpasses and everything in like
Oh,
little
dude, they have
random
cities.
spots.
They have
Yeah.
full cities. Shanty towns.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous.
They have well, yeah, everyone knows about that, but Skid Row.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a
In
talk.
like San Francisco is terrible too. What's the next one?
I was already 2 beers deep in that last episode. I'm just taking it slow on that one. Sports coming back.
Alcohol.
So what made us want to start a podcast?
Yeah, we gave an answer in the first episode,
just
but
like,
it was
what
kind of
what
a.
really.
I was
makes you
talking. I
wanna
was in the middle of
start a
talking when I
podcast,
was
though?
that sentence I was in.
Not like a BS answer. You're just wondering if you gave a BS answer now.
No, I think. Well, I wasn't. I think I forgot a lot of the reason on the first episode. I
don't
was
think
just
you
like,
explained
yeah,
it
we
well?
wanted to talk, and so we're talking.
Oh,
And-
okay. Yeah, you said about us sitting down though. That was
Yeah.
one thing.
Well, that is the main reason. We were talking about this the other day. How cool it's going to be to look back on these
Oh yeah.
and listen to them. Like for us, it's kind of like a log of what's going on.
I feel like there's still some times where I'm just not completely comfortable with myself yet, though. You know?
You shouldn't be.
Why?
You should change.
Yeah. No, I just feel like there's some times where I'm just like, I'm like talking differently because there's a camera and everything.
Really? I forget about it almost right when we
No, I
start
mean, like,
talking.
I've pretty much forgotten about it, but I don't know.
Which one is it?
I mean,
though?
like, no, that's not. No, let me just take back and let me speak the truth, okay?
Speak your truth.
That's not even. I made myself sound like bad and insecure,
Yes,
but that's not the truth. Like, this is the truth. It's when, like I'm not in the mood really. Like, I don't know. When
Yeah,
my,
you
when
said
my
that.
energy's lower, and I know I'm just like not in the mood. Like today, I wasn't like really thinking about a lot of things to say and stuff. But when I'm not in the mood, it makes me feel like I have to like act in the mood. But I want it to just be where we can just like be how we are.
Well, it is how I am. I didn't know what we were going to talk about either. We just talked for an hour.
Yeah, but it just feels like we just have to like.
You're just
put
too
on a
much in your
podcast or
head.
something.
No. But the main reason
Well, I'm getting that vibe from you. not
that
from
we
me.
started, you should change. The main reason that we started was
You seem too serious. About
because you need to change who you are at the core. The main reason we started was so we could just like hang out and talk.
Talk about why you started. I don't want to say that. Talk about what your reason is.
That I am saying my reason.
You said we. You said the reason why we started.
One of the main reasons.
Say you. What do you want?
I want to punch your dumb face.
Yeah. Tell me what
you're
you want. There
pissing me
you
off.
go. Why? I don't want to be left in the we. Or included in the we.
So anyways, we started this because we
I hate you.
Well,
No, you can say we.
I wanted
things.
to do it because
Tell me what you're gonna say we about first.
run it past you. I wanted to start it because your chair's in a completely different spot than where we started.
You're trying to get a little warmer under there or something?
No, but you need to stop sliding back.
I'm not.
You know what? You're fired.
Maybe I'm not even in the frame anymore.
Yeah, that's what you kind of need to stay where we put the chairs.
I don't know what's wrong with the chairs and why they don't stay in place.
Because you wiggle.
Didn't you engineer this?
Did I build the chairs?
You engineered the studio setup, bud.
Yeah, that's what it looks.
Yeah, sorry about that one.
Don't call me bud, eh?
Go ahead and say what you're saying.
You want one, bud? Hey,
you
bud,
want one, bud?
Hey, bud, you want one? You want to go, bud?
Trying to put some pucks on that?
Pucks on ice?
Go ahead.
Across the blue line?
Go ahead and tell me what your reason
yeah, the
is.
reason I wanted to was for what I just said. I think it would be cool to have a log of things to talk about, and also
like past conversation.
Yeah, and also just talking to you. Like we don't designate an hour every week.
No, because that'd be weird
to sit down and talk.
Because it would be weird.
If I was like, "Hey Nick, it's time,"
yeah, like it's almost like we have to put lights and a camera and
Yeah.
make a podcast out of it.
You kind of do.
You do though, because that does dedicate you to it,
and it drives it, and it's more fun like this.
And then it's cool. My main reason it's cool to have the idea that other people can share with it too. You know,
Yeah.
It's not just our conversations.
Yeah.
It's like people can kind of respond or get something out of it in a way. That's pretty cool.
And it'd be cool if we
And you're just sharing who we are.
if we start to have guests on that aren't our puppy.
Mm-hmm.
Although she was a absolute killer first guest.
We have 4 mics, so it's just about whether we need to we can make it work visually.
No, I think it's more about just the route we're going and if somebody's worthy.
Yeah, but we have 4 mics, so we can put people into it, but we don't know if we're gonna be able to fit them in. So I think
we can. We'll just have to rearrange.
What we'd have to do is make it like a table sort of setup, like a square table setup.
But we probably use the desk. But yeah. So that was my main reason, just wanting to hang out, and it's also a creativity thing.
And also,
like you get to talk about cool things and see each other's perspective. But that's my reason.
Mm-hmm.
What's your reason?
Yeah, same.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, same as that.
Yeah,
actually.
it was the same. We talked about this already.
I don't know why you didn't just say that was our reason.
You're so annoying.
Honestly, though, I didn't think you'd just go sit there and like come up with the most perfect answer. But if you want me to think about my reason, really, man, I would say.
It can be the same.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to think of something. No, I can't think of something. For me, it's just the fact of just having a cool, like our own show and
doing
being our
something.
Own,
yeah.
For me, it's like our own bosses, like being our own bosses, being our own, having our own creativity, having our own show, and being able to talk about what we want and be how we want to be, you know, and not like have to be a certain way, that type of thing. Like we make our own brand in a way.
Yeah.
So
putting on our own production is pretty cool. It's fun.
Yeah.
Like we said, we've liked doing creative things before, like making music and stuff, and this is kind of just another
avenue. Yeah.
Avenue. I like avenue better than outlet.
Which I want you to start helping me film some things too.
Yeah.
Because
I will.
You have always been like creative. So
yeah, I got a good eye. I'm better than you too.
You could easily.
I'm better than you.
You could easily like
take it over.
If I tell you like how to film something, you could easily like you know what I mean, like the feeling.
Yeah.
You could easily get the feeling
the
for
eye. You got
how it should look.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
like you're not gonna be like
yeah, because I liked making videos when I was little.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was always the technology side of things. I was just like, I don't want to learn this.
I would make like my own lacrosse highlights and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought that was fun.
I'll just score all your videos.
With music?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you gonna
I
do? Play the
love
guitar?
that. No, I don't mean.
You love what?
I'm not gonna orchestrate them. I'm going to score them. You just pick the songs. And
Oh,
stuff.
you're gonna pick the songs.
That's
for
like my
me.
favorite part about movies, is when people have really cool songs and really
the music
cool
that
spots.
just drives the movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the best. It takes so long to find a good song. You really gotta find that song.
Got them all up here.
Yeah, you can't copyright.
Yeah, that's true. Well, no, I suppose.
I can't get I can't make money from my videos until 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in the past 12 months. But still, if I do monetize and I get a big channel, then I don't want those videos to not be able to be monetized. When people go back and look at them,
Yeah.
and want to see what my old stuff is.
No, that's smart to plan for it now.
Yeah, and I already have the website to use copyright-free music, so I might as well. But it's really, I want to make like some music videos though, so, and just maybe those ones are the ones that like I don't care about getting monetized. But I want to use the songs that I really like listening to and just make a cool video out of that, and send that to them and be like, hey, like, what if we made music videos together? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Or just tag them.
Mm-hmm. That's a good idea. Yeah. We need to like up our social media game and stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to wrap it up.
Yeah,
though.
we need to have Dude,
share
I'm thinking
this.
about
Share this to other people.
what?
What do you say at the end
I'm
of videos? Like and subscribe.
Oh
Share.
yeah, we need to do all that like stuff. Yeah, but
we haven't even started.
we haven't done that. But yeah, if this is the first time you've listened to this podcast, while we're on it, then just go ahead and subscribe to the channel because you'll be
YouTube.
watching this, or I mean, you'll be listening
YouTube
to this
and
too.
Spotify and iTunes or Apple Podcasts as well.
And I was thinking, I'm not sure, but I was thinking the asterisk in our name makes it like you can't search it because people are just gonna search the shitty podcast.
Yeah, but on
I don't think it has anything to do with like.
no, because it's tagged as the shitty podcast. So if you search it, it'll still come up.
Okay.
It's more about the name on YouTube is the only one with an asterisk because YouTube's the worst.
No, but Spotify is an asterisk, isn't it?
Mm.
Oh. Yeah, but why we didn't have to do that on YouTube?
You don't have to. But I think in order for like the algorithm and all that stuff in the future, they might not pop it up if it says the shitty something.
Yeah, they don't promote like cursing and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. So that's why I did it like that. But if you search the episode number like TSP 03, TSP 04, it'll pop up.
Mm.
So, and then as more people like listen, that's why you need to subscribe and follow it because it's just so much easier. It just pops up for you.
Yeah, exactly. And turn on the notifications so every time we post, you can just.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is. I hear people say that all the time. I have no clue what that is.
Well, you can do that for YouTube and you can do that for Instagram and I think Spotify, but Spotify's going to suggest it to you anyways if you just open the app.
Yeah.
So anytime there's something new.
So we'll have an episode
But we need
releasing.
I was going to start talking about marketing and all that sort of like.
Yeah. Well,
we need to get into the we don't need to talk about what we need to do on the podcast, but we have 10 more minutes probably.
no, we got to wrap it up.
No, we have 15 minutes.
Yeah,
We have 13 minutes.
we're already good. We don't want to. I don't want. We covered the main ones. Was it favorite cousin?
Yeah, Ashley. Shout out Ashley.
Nah, not mine.
Yeah. Terrible. Asshole. Love you, Ashley. Geoff doesn't.
Nope.
Low cars. I don't like low cars. Just say you don't like low cars so we can piss him off. You don't like low riding cars. This dude's a car freak.
Oh, is that Berto?
Yes, it is. I don't like low riding cars.
I like him.
Yeah. There you go. That's good.
Uh-huh. I like the video you did on his car. That was cool.
Yeah. And then other than that, we can talk about I want to do like one episode. It was like, we have this conversation jar. Do you know that?
Yeah.
We have a conversation jar.
That's a good idea.
We should do a conversation jar episode.
That's a pretty good idea.
So maybe in the next coming episodes
we'll start doing some behind the scenes stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
I mean,
we need to up our like
Yeah, we
promotion
need to,
game.
Yeah, we need to be like saying like, yeah, we're recording tonight, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And plus, like, you have the login to the Instagram, don't you?
Yeah.
So whenever you think about it, go ahead and like comment on other podcasts and stuff like that.
You're right.
Because that's what I'm thinking about. I did
That's
on
a
the
big
Lion's
one.
Den and stuff like that.
Yeah, we need to do that
There was only like 8 or 9 comments, so they could definitely see ours. Pretty
yeah.
interesting.
So this one will be up later this week. So we're gonna actually have 2 releasing this week, and then we're gonna be trying to get on a tighter schedule. But yeah, we had some technical difficulties last week. It was so annoying because it was a good episode. It's worth a listen for sure. Probably better to watch it, but listening's good too. But yeah, this was episode 4. We'll wrap it up.
Go subscribe on all our channels.
Well said, man.
Yeah, sorry about that. It was like a dead episode kind of for me a little bit.
You say that, but it was a good conversation.
It was a good conversation, but I just know inside I was a little bit dead. But
you're dead inside, yeah. You said something weird from the beginning. You're like, I kind of want to change. I feel like a gutter. You said you feel like a gutter person or something. Got a dumpster guy or something.
Never felt like that.
Dumpster here.
I never
dumpster.
said that. I talked about my haircut.
You live in a dumpster?
I talked about my haircut. I said, yeah, I feel like I just climbed out of a dumpster and it's the first time I've seen the new world.
You feel like you're a dumpster guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I just got that new.
All right, man. I'm done. I'm done.
All right, I'm gonna go eat some food. What are you gonna do?
Leave.
Jeff's not. Yeah, you actually are probably gonna leave.
Yeah, I am gonna leave. All right.
See ya.
Episode 4. Thanks.
Bye.